Shut up and sit down.
Essay on Addiction. Addiction essay for students and children in English. Introduction. Addiction refers to the intake of harmful and hazardous substances or inculcation of bad habits. Addiction holds an adverse effect on the victim, his or her family, and friends. Intake of toxic substances can make the brain produce a chemical substance known as dopamine, which causes changes in a person's behavior. Addiction is a process that will make the addict lose interest in everything around them. The addicts remain glued to a particular product such as food, drug, gaming, or social media. Addiction through anything can harm a person's life. Types of addiction. There are a few too many common types of addiction that can ruin a person's life. A few are video game and mobile addiction. With the upsurge and advancement of technology and the internet, everyone has been glued to gadgets, continually calling, texting, or surfing endlessly. People remain so engrossed that they fail to acknowledge people and the environment around them. Several gaming sites have been developed, and most games are resulting from being addictive. Mobile gadgets and video games have a proportional relationship where it strains a person's relationships and hampers their work. Drug and alcohol addiction. Drug or substance abuse is the worst kind of addiction as it can adversely impact the addict's physical and mental health. Drug addiction often implicates severe health hazards as the addicts remain stuck, unable to leave the addiction, even though they stay aware of the consequences. A few common drug and alcohol addiction products are hallucinogens, cocaine, marijuana, and heroin, consumed to experience the feeling of ecstasy for a short period. Gambling addiction. A gambling addict faces withdrawal struggles as he or she cannot easily withdraw or move on with their life. Whether the person wins or loses, he or she remains drawn to indulge over and over again. Gambling addiction has ruined the personal and professional lives of hundreds of people across the globe. Facilities such as bars and casinos have taken advantage of gambling addiction and the people's weakness, making profitable gains and business. Food addiction. The most unexpected of all is that people can become addicted to the taste of certain foods, such as particular category of burger, unique flavor of noodles or pizza, a favorite restaurant, or just about anything. Certain sections of people remain addicted to spicy food and indulge in any food that contains high spice levels. Some people have a sweet tooth and remain addicted to indulging in sweets all the time. The addiction level remains so high that they crave and consume foods that are sweet and overeat. There remains another section of people who are addicted to unhealthy or junk food. Overeating and overindulging unhealthy food habits can cause serious health issues and be hazardous to health. Shopping addiction. Several people develop a habit of spending money on unwanted products that might not be a need but a want. These addicts see shopping as a coping mechanism to relieve themselves from stress. Shopping gives a different sort of experience and pleasure for addicts, so they indulge in extreme and impulsive shopping regularly, which turns out an addiction. Shopping addicts go on massive sprees for products that they do not require and shop for everyone they know and are acquainted with. Social media and internet addiction. The inception of the internet and the advancement of network connection from 2G to 4G and 5G has led to an upsurge in internet usage. Surfing on the internet has become an addiction, and social media platforms have fueled this addiction. People are so caught up in the internet world, trying to capture moments to propagate the fun part of their life, that we forget to have fun. Talking selfies in another form of addiction that people have developed in recent times. Efforts for addiction-free India. India faces severe addiction and drug abuse problems, leading to the deterioration of physical and mental health. Drug addiction does not harm and impact the addict alone, but adversely affects the entire family and friends. A drug addict's personal and professional life equally deteriorates. While on the other hand, we rile up about the empowerment of the youth and hope that today's youth will contribute towards the development of the country. On the other, we see thousands of youth squandering their lives due to addiction to alcohol, drugs, and whatnot. The youth of today must be sensitized towards the issue of drug addiction and abuse. The government must also prioritize and undertake this issue as a priority and ban such substances sale from putting an end to such practices. People caught selling drug substances illegally must be severely punished. Causes. Several factors contribute to addiction. A few of the most common obsessions with a genetic predisposition hold the highest possibility for substance abuse. Another significant reason for the addiction is a coping mechanism or to escape tragic or traumatic experiences. People are also said to inherit addiction by looking at a close family member or acquaintance going under compulsive behaviors. Effects. Several research pieces have proved that addiction can shapeshift to any form and have intense effects on the wiring of specific neural patterns related to emotions like impulse control, reward, decision making, or motivation. This leads to severe addiction to the product and leads to extreme social isolation, serious health problems, financial troubles, and troubled family life. To counter and overcome addiction and adverse feelings, the addict may undergo a rebound to go back to the addictive products to solve the problem. Prevention. The proverb prevention is better than cure signifies the importance of preventive measures in treating addiction. Preventive measures involve treatments, therapy, and the use of medications. For successful implementation of the addiction, there should be a possibility for accepting the problem over the state of denial. Family plays an instrumental role during the measures as the addict may be subjected to intense trauma. The need for emotional and psychological support during the withdrawal stage is proved helpful. Addicts must ensure to stay away from tricky situations that might trigger their impulse for addiction products. Conclusion. Addiction is an involuntary process as the brain's response to an addict's changes leads to bad habits and addictions irrespective of the dangerous implications. People must never associate a person's addictive behavior with moral character or standards. Apart from medications, therapy, and treatments, addicts also require a lot of affection, motivation, and support from their near and dear ones.